Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. And good morning to the whole world. Welcome to 2021. This is our first episode of Newspaper Review on Black TV. You know as we do them, you know how it's been done. Please sit back, stay tuned. Let me get my paper. I will be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. The paper we are reviewing today is The Punch. The Punch newspaper. That's the paper we are reviewing today. And the very first headline says, it is unsafe to reopen varsities now. COVID-19 guidelines absent. ASU. Contestants kicked as Obi Ozo emerged. Ohana is the Indigo president. Electoral Act amendment won't guarantee free polls. INEC. Billionaires list. Dangote loses 900 million in 24 hours. NSAS. 2.5 billion lost to 95 days Lekki toll closure. Lagos impounds 100 motorcycles on restricted routes. That's all we have on The Punch newspaper. Let me get my reviewer. I will be right back. Please stay tuned.
You see, education is very important. I want to say something. If it is in the era of political election, would they stop political rally? They will not do such a thing, but they would like to stop the area that we brought value to the common man. Why can't you open the school, then give them the normal procedure they will follow? Give them the normal rules they will follow. But if it is in the period of election, would they stop a rally? Would they stop council rally? For last time, Benin, there's election in Benin. So basically, heavy rally was going on, but they didn't talk about coronavirus infection or other things. They finished doing whatever they want to do. Once it's get time for where the common man only have hope in terms of their children going to school, for them to know more, they will start propaganda, remembering people that there is coronavirus. But they did not remember there is coronavirus when there was a Benin rally. They didn't remember to tell Benin people not to do rally, or even tell the governor not to organize rally, even tell the opposition party not to organize rally because of there is coronavirus. Now,
yes, yeah, by right, school is supposed to be open, but government is supposed to give an, supposed to have there's a way that the condition that school be operating. By having face masks, having hand washing and all those things, than to keep school in suspense for over 1 year.
Yes, it is safe because when governments do the right thing, you can imagine students staying for 9 months, more than half of a year, without doing nothing. Yeah, on the name of COVID-19.
Well, as for me, what I can say about all this is, if the situation of Nigeria is very hard and strong, if they want to do something better for the masses, let them copy from other civilized countries. Whatever they are seeing those people doing, let them try to copy to them, so that it will be easy for, because when you left Nigeria now, when you went to from Benin Republic to Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, the masses are enjoying at least 70% of the government something. But Nigeria here, it is only somebody that is big man. It is only person or their son or that will enjoy even 50% of anything in Nigeria.
Their brain will be turned into another thing. Some of them will become, area boys. Some of them will become the hot room. All those kind of things. That school will keep them busy in the school. They continue to study their,
Okay, strike. Now, what brought that strike? Is it not because of agreement between the ASU and the government, that the government did not want to fulfill their obligation? That's what brought strike. Plus the COVID-19 issue. Now, I think it is safe now. It is safe now because it is due. Nigeria government should do the right thing. Do you understand? And people who are returning to school, university, they are not male children. They are up to age that should know that this is what is right in terms of protecting themselves in this COVID-19. Do you understand? And so, for me, the school, they should open the school, not to continue on striking, because if you look at it, the children who are staying in the house, in fact, there's a lot of things that is going on. Do you understand? One, if they are staying at home, they may not even be safe. Like people think that when they go to school, they are not even safe. Do you understand? Secondly, the year is going down. Somebody who's supposed to graduate within 4 years will spend another 6 years. Do you understand? And government, most of these government officials are doing this. Most of the children are not here.
They will not shut it down because their students be in their blood, schooling in their blood. That is why they feel rest concern. Yeah, and they know. Obviously in Nigeria, they are the poor people students. Their students, they will take their students to abroad to go and study there. That is why they are taking rest concern.
But for the masses, imagine, since they said this is 2015 till now, the deemed churches are feeding about 30% of Nigerians, which is not supposed to be like that. Only the redeemed churches in the whole Lagos, which apart from other side, in the whole Lagos, they are feeding at least 30% of Nigerians as we are here now. Every day, they are all the redeemed churches are sharing food. Why, since then to now, over 30,000 jobs has crashed. Those people are stranded, walking around without nothing, and government don't even look into those matters. Let them open it. Let them open it, because if they don't open it like that, most of those people can join another things. Some of them will join Yahoo, some of them will join Loba, Kidnapper, because everybody, there's nothing moving on. So sometimes when you look at those people are doing those business, you can't blame them as well. If you interview them, you can hear from them that it's because of the government or what it is supposed to be doing, they close it down. Then when you stay 1 to 2, 3 months, a friend can take you to where you can see something doing. And maybe even if it is bad or good, then you enjoy it without minding. Yes, because when you stay today, tomorrow, 3 days, you don't see 15 naira in your pocket. Whatever they tell you, you will do it. You understand me? That is why all these things are multiplying every day.
There is wasted years, wasted year. The only thing now, the ASU is about to open school. They now start to realize a COVID-19. What kind of nonsense is that? It's just to let them, give them the due procedure they are going to follow, so that they will go back to school. When a child is at home for 7 months, he can do undo. Even more than 7 months, they have formed many activities. Many things will be going on. When the child has spent 7 months without going to school, then what do you expect? We have problem everywhere in the society. So they should stop this their propaganda, allow the children to go back to school. Instead, everybody will hold his or her own face mask, then sanitize himself. That is it. Why are they doing like this?
If your child is here, will you allow him to stay in the house for 9 months, doing nothing, and you still pay that money that he's supposed to pay? There's no reason, if our school are standard, are made by government are standard, why should those government officials take their children out of this country to go to school? Do you understand? They should allow their children also to school in this country. Since they believe that this country, the education system is good and the right, they should allow their children to school. Why they not take them outside? So that everybody will not benefit from what they are doing. Not that you tell a poor man children to stay in Nigeria and be schooling, and you take your own to abroad, and you are still controlling the power in Nigeria. It's unfair. Do you understand? So we should, they themselves go to our side. They see how those things work there. Why don't they make it to work here? There's no amount of money you collect on that can be quantified the loss of life in that toll gate. But another thing is that the people who are clamoring to restore that toll gate, the amount mentioned there, since for many years they have been collecting that money. What have they used that money to do? That's another question. That money they have been collecting for so many years. You can look at the amount a day.
This is just 95
days. 95 days.
So, and the toll gate has been existing for more than 4 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. It's more than over 5 years since Fashola regime. Do you understand? Now, the money, what have they been using that money? And now, such a thing happened in that toll gate, and you want to restore it back, and you have not settled the issue why that toll gate was short. Do you understand? So, Nigeria should reason very well. Our government should reason very well. We are not talking about that toll gate. That toll gate can be restored at any time, but those lives that are lost there, can they be restored at any time? Never. So our Nigerian government should know how to do the right thing at the right time, so that the citizens will know that they are working. Because those people are doing it for their own interest.
The life that lost is more important. The life that lost is more important. Forget about the money. After all, the money belongs to the people, and the life is more important. Nobody die and come back again. The money they are making, the one they have been making for long, what are they impacted with? The life cannot come back again. It's gone, it's gone. And these are young youth with a brighter future that can be someone tomorrow.
Yeah, as the saying said, the youth are the leader of
tomorrow. But in Nigeria, the youth, may God have mercy. Amen. In Nigeria about the youth, because these people, they don't care about the future of the youth. They only care about their political interests. That is why that type of thing happened in Lekki Toll Gate, because they care about their political interests. They care about the money they are going to make. They didn't care about the life of the youth. In Nigeria, the youth, Lord have mercy for them. That is what I say.
Amen.
They want president of Nigeria.
Yes, they want to. It's their time to rule Nigeria.
See, Igbo, Obasanjo was a president of Nigeria. Yes. Jonathan was a president of Nigeria. What did they impart in their people? Nothing. Go to Tioke, go to Jonathan place. If they tell you that they have a man that is a president of country. So the main thing is that Nigerian constitution is bad. They should change the constitution. They should rewrite the constitution. The people should gather to deliberate how they are going to run their own way of life, their constitution, how they are going to implement their constitution. If Igbo man become president, he can't change the life of an Igbo man. He can't change a single life of an Igbo man. It's the constitution to implement national sovereign conference whereby the people will have rights on their own resources. That is true confederation, where the people will have rights on their own resources, where the people will have rights on their own security. If Igbo man become president, he can't change the life of an Igbo man. It's still the same story. Jonathan go, Obasanjo go. He didn't change the life of common Yoruba man. Go to Obasanjo place. Go to Jonathan place, Otioke. Go to Bayelsa, nothing. Nothing. So what if Igbo man become president? There's nothing. It's just simple. The way Jonathan go. In National Assembly, the majority there, if Igbo man become president, the majority in that house, and what they are doing there, they will never allow him to implement anything. They will be passing the bill from one place to another until 4 years. After 4 years, they say, Igbo man don't rule. What did he do?
4 years, or let's even say 8 years.
8 years. They say, Igbo man never rule. What did he do? What did he do? Buhari is the president of Nigeria. Buhari is the president of Nigeria. Go to Katsina, go to Dora, go to Kankia, go to Manufachi, go to Fontua. Kidnapping, killing is going on there. And this president come from that side. What did he impact in the life of the Katsinas? What did he impact in their life? They are suffering, cry day by day. They go to farm with security. How can you be in your own country? If you are going to farm, you have to go and carry security. You have to go and take application. You have to go and take order before you go to farm. And Buhari is the president of Nigeria. And the president of Nigeria come from Katsina. That same place. Go there now. Katsina is in hell. They kidnap a king there. They kill so many women. They rape so many women. They kidnap children there. Then he said an Igbo man to come be the same president so that they will also face the same thing. And tomorrow he said an Igbo man don't rule. Let everybody manage whatever he have through confederation. That will solve the problem. No man, both Igbo, both Yoruba, Hausa will solve the problem under one Nigeria. He can't solve.
Thank you for staying tuned. I'm very sure you enjoyed this wonderful episode. Till I come your way next time, please follow us on all our social media handles at Black TV, BLACQ. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Black TV. Please like, share, comment. Let's know what you think about today's episode. Drop your comments on the comment section. And don't forget to check us out on our website, www.blacktv.com. Till I come your way next time, I remain your host, Odus Okpeyemi. Thanks to the man behind the camera. Till I come your way, stay safe. Bye-bye.